This week in Fizzics TWIST.
The Australian $50 note has caused a national embarrassment.
Scientists warn that under no circumstances should we ever farm octopuses, octopi, octopodes.
And NASA announces humans are to return to the moon. G'day, Quill.
Hey, Duncan.
How's it going?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm pretty well, thank you. This is a very special edition of Fizzics TWIST, episode number 29, because it features two fantastic special guests.
Dun, 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 dun.
Cheyenne, say hello very loudly.
Hello.
And Peter.
Hello.
There we go.
Our lovely work experience kids for the week.
For the week, you are here all week, right?
Yeah.
Oh, lucky you. Get to hang out with us. Isn't that great?
Woohoo!
Woohoo! So, in this episode of Fizzics TWIST, the first thing we want to talk about, I think, Quill, would be these octopuses.
Yeah.
Octopodes.
Polyoctopuses?
Polygon, I don't know.
I don't know. Okay, so we're going to talk about What is the correct way to say it?
It's octopuses.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Can we talk about that first?
Yeah.
So it's octopus. A lot of people think that it's octopi, but it's not. Because it having the us ending sort of implies that it comes from the Latin.
Yep.
That the root of the word is in Latin.
Yep.
But there is no Latin word for octopus.
Oh.
So the actual word, the origin of the word is in Greek. And,
Okay.
and so given that it's in the Greek, it could be octopodes. But that's also not quite right because just reasons. So really the actual... just reasons. And the real, correct plural is octopuses.
Excellent.
There you go.
Well, in that case, on to our story,
Take it away.
which is about octopuses and farming of octopuses.
Which is...
Not good. It's bad. Okay, so basically, I don't know about you. I don't love an octopus to eat, but a lot of people do.
I thought you meant an octopus just generally.
No, I love them in general. But
I think they're
just
creepy.
not to eat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you
So-
ever?
Once, but I dry retched on the tentacles.
They're not for you. They're not for you.
for me. Okay, so, but they are for a lot of people. Okay, so there's an incline in people wanting to eat octopuses.
Yep.
And obviously because of that, it's not something that we farm currently. Well,
it is.
Sort
Yeah,
of.
sort of.
It's an increase, right? So people are starting to look at ways that they could potentially farm octopuses. But scientists are saying that we should never farm octopuses. And it's not just because they're really smart.
Because they are really smart.
Yeah.
They're very, very smart.
Crazy evil genius smart.
Yeah.
But it's also because there's a lot of different reasons why this might be problematic.
Yeah.
So octopuses, basically, they're actually meat eaters.
Yep.
Yeah. And they actually eat different parts, probably mostly different parts of meat, but also stuff falling down into crevices and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, right.
And so there's a problem with the way that we need to feed them if you have them in captivity or farming or whatever you want to talk about. So there's a whole bunch of problems, including environmental impacts of farming them.
Because you have to find a huge amount of fish / other sea-dwelling animals for the octopus to eat. Yeah.
And you kind of need to, so that's problematic right there, right?
Yeah,
So it's not just eating naturally the way it would with stuff that's around in its natural environment. So that has a big environmental impact. The other thing is, of course, anytime we take an animal and put it into captivity, you have to kind of consider how it's going to go with being farmed. Not everything farms well.
Yes, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's especially true when it comes to octopuses because they're smart little critters.
They are smart little critters.
They go a bit nuts, as they found out from people who actually keep them, or if they're in zoos.
Yeah. Zoos? Yeah, aquariums.
Aquarium is the word I was looking for. So silly. You actually have to keep them entertained. Sometimes they'll put little toys in their...
Puzzles.
Puzzles, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
To keep them occupied.
Yeah.
So imagine doing that on a scale of having 1 million octopuses.
Yeah, exactly. So environmental impacts problematic. Feeding them, problematic.
Yep.
And there's also the whole point of keeping them. This is how they're going to actually be in there. So there's the issue with the fact that they really get a bit crazy. Their brains are too active. But also the potential for disease and those kind of things as well. So in disease states, there's also this thing when they get really bored, they can either turn cannibalistic
Oh.
So eating other octopuses.
That's grim.
Or they can actually even start eating themselves.
Wow.
Which creates, obviously, you don't want a half-eaten octopus to be selling. But it's also obviously really unhealthy to eat yourself. They eat the ends of their tentacles.
No way.
And this can lead to all sorts of different random diseases.
Never would have thought.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and I read somewhere that they eat something like 3 times their own body weight.
Yep.
To get to just being an adult, I think.
Right.
So they 3 times their weight.
Yeah, so it's a lot.
It's a lot, yeah. So imagine the huge amount of fish that would require just to keep them alive. And the octopus larvae only eat live food.
Yeah.
So it's not like you can just catch a bunch of fish and then store them in a freezer
and just
for a
drop
few
them
weeks.
in.
It's like you have to be able to supply a constant supply of live food for them.
Yeah. So it's pretty complicated to create that kind of ecosystem where they can naturally be living happily, healthily. And obviously you don't want to put animals in a situation where they're unhappy, but you also don't want to be eating unhealthy
That's the thing is,
octopuses.
yeah, exactly, because the quality of the meat will deteriorate with poorly kept animals. Yeah,
exactly. But like more importantly, like octopuses. Have you seen those videos where they like undo jars and stuff like this?
Mm-hmm, yep.
But imagine if you were farming them, so you had like thousands of them,
and
there'd be like this little army of. Like, I'm imagining this army of octopuses, like, walking around with these little bandit things on.
Yeah, right.
Like, having a mass escape.
It's the Great Escape.
Yeah, it's a big escape.
Should put in the theme song for that.
And that would be pretty cool. It'd be cool.
Just imagining, like, guards who are looking over the farm, like, we never should have sealed the thing with jar lids.
And all these giant tentacles just opening the jars.
Just getting straight out. They can actually fit into really small holes, too. Like,
yeah,
really
they're crazy.
Small.
They do some pretty cool things.
I think it has to be... The hole has to be larger than their beak.
Yeah.
Octopuses have beaks. Who knew?
I know, I did.
Yeah.
We've talked about beaks before, I feel.
Maybe.
On octopuses, not just randomly.
Not just generally beaks.
You like
How about beaks? But yeah, so it has to be bigger than their beak, but then the rest of their body can just slide through. Yeah. No problem at all.
Yeah.
And that's weird, man.
That is pretty cool. So the moral of the story is maybe just like enjoy octopus in moderation.
Yeah. I wonder if there's any particular areas of the world where the demand is increasing in particular.
I'm not sure. I mean, I know it's quite common in Mediterranean food.
True.
So maybe the Mediterranean diet, people are trying that out again, and there's an increase for the eating of octopuses. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah. Apparently here, one of the impacts would be increases in nitrogen and phosphorus pollution. It actually comes from the waste of the animal itself.
Okay, yeah, cool. So you'd need some pretty complicated systems you can't just stick them in a dam and be like, off you go.
No, I mean, when people keep fish, like exotic fish, the crazy habitats they have to build to keep them healthy, they're just insane. Yeah. And then doing that for a million different octopus would be crazy.
Pretty cool, though.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's cool. It's just that...
Oh, not the idea of keeping them contained. I think I'm just still envisioning this mass octopus breakout. Like, in my mind, they're, like, grabbing hold of, like, the guards' guns and, like, grabbing them from afar with these long tentacles and just, And
are they wearing, like, black and white prison
Yes,
outfits?
They are. And masks.
Yeah. And they're, like, cutting holes into their enclosures. And they're sneaking through the walls. And then, like, bribing the guards
so many hands. They're, like, doing it all at once.
Yeah.
Cutting a hole in this spot, like smoking a pipe over here.
Smoking a pipe?
Like an old criminal pipe. Yeah. Okay, anyway. Point of the story is farming of octopus is potentially dangerous. We should probably be careful and maybe check where our octopus is coming from if you are eating octopus.
Yeah. I'm not. Are you? You're not.
I'm not.
You're not.
I'm pretty...
Work experience, Cheyenne? Peter, are you eating octopus?
No.
No? Okay, it's a strong no.
Now,
That's 4 out of 4.
Rings.
That's squid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wonder if this falls in a similar category.
Well, this is very specific to octopuses, isn't it? Are squids farmed? Maybe small ones.
That's what I wondered.
Yeah.
Don't know.
I guess we'll never know.
Well, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe future Duncan will tell us. Or maybe not.
No, maybe not.
Okay.
Yeah, so, okay. There we go. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Pollution, bad.
Yeah.
Cruelty, bad. I think we can both...
Giant wave of world-eating, dominating octopuses.
Storming the beaches.
Is also bad.
With stolen guns. And pipes, apparently.
And monocles.
No.
All right. So yeah, that's an interesting story for you.
Interesting story. Cool. Thank you. Should we move on?
Yeah, let's move on before it digresses any further.
Because it's getting to be weird. Good news from the world of NASA.
Ooh.
In this segment that I like to call Far Out with Duncan.
Far out.
And that news is that America is going back to the moon, people.
Just going back.
Going back to the moon because it's been 47 years.
What?
Since there was anyone on the moon.
But we never went back?
We never went back. So the last time that humans were on the moon was in 1972, which is a great year. Great year. Good year for space travel, great year for music. Mm-hmm. That's about it, really. And I think it's been 50 years since man first landed on the moon, 1969.
See, I didn't realise that we just weren't going back to the moon.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like, it's a standard stop-off on the way wherever now.
No, your mind is way, streets ahead of the rest of us.
I know.
I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think there were 6 manned missions to the moon.
Okay.
All took place within about a 3-year period from 1969 to 1972, 4-year period. And
then we just kind of gave up?
And we just stopped.
Done that?
Probably, yeah, basically because they realised that there was no point and it was really, really expensive, as you can imagine.
So why are we going back there now?
So, this order has apparently come from President Donald Trump, of whom I am a huge fan, as you know. Staunch supporter of Donald Trump. I've always said that.
And his science?
And his science. He's a man of science, absolutely. He's basically asked NASA to accelerate their plans to return to the moon.
Okay.
And then land on the surface again by 2024, which I will remind you is very, very soon.
He doesn't think it's made of cheese, does he?
He probably does. It's like, we're running out of cheese, people! Anyway, so the idea is that they will use that as a base.
To go further.
To then go further, to go to Mars. Yeah.
I was right.
It's incredibly cool, yeah.
Oh, that is cool.
And to harvest its cheese. But anyway, so effectively, once we go to the moon in 2024, with us staying there.
Okay.
Not there's not going to be someone permanently there, but it's going to be set up as a base to have astronauts rolling in and rolling out.
That's cool.
And then use that to sort of slingshot to Mars. And this is going to work in an interesting way. So they're going to have something called a gateway, which is actually a satellite that will orbit both the moon and the Earth. It will sort of be in between.
Cool.
Yep, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And they can then use that as a platform to slingshot to Mars.
Okay.
So very, very, very cool.
That's cool.
There's also more science that can be done.
On the moon?
On the moon.
Okay.
So things like mining.
Yeah, if you think about it, haven't been there for, 40 years. Technology's changed a lot since then.
Drastically.
Yeah, so what we can actually find out and potentially, who knows what's going on in the moon.
Some crazy stuff. Well, we know since about 2009, we've known that there's lots of ice, water ice. Now, the cool thing about water ice is that it's made of... Work experience kids, can you tell me what's water made out of?
H2O.
H2O.
Perfect.
And the H is?
Hydrogen.
And the O is?
Oxygen.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
So we can take that ice, we can melt it down. Well done, Peter. And we can separate it out into oxygen for the astronauts to breathe and hydrogen to use as the fuel that will then take us to Mars. All right? So we're
going to mine the moon.
You mine that moon. You mine that sucker.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, awesome. We love mining here at Fizzics TWIST, don't we? We're a big fan. Adani, love it. That's a
Let's
joke.
not get too political. Yes.
So, yeah, basically the moon has its own natural resources that we can exploit. What's so funny? This is very serious.
You just say it like resources that we can exploit, like that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway.
No, I know what you mean.
Yes.
So, yeah, the ice basically, in NASA's own words, the ice represents power. It represents fuel. It represents science.
Cool.
And that means once we go to Mars, well, we've talked about that before.
Yeah, the sky's the limit.
The universe is our oyster, as they would say.
I
think it's funny that Donald Trump has actually signed off on this.
Because he's not usually a big...
Not a science
supporter
guy.
of science.
No.
And this is why I asked if he thought it was made of cheese.
Exactly. And I think his government is the first in a significant number of years not to have a, I don't know what they call it in America, but like a minister for science, which is very, very troubling. The only thing is that Congress hasn't signed off on this yet. and it's also a very, very quick turnaround. To do it in 5 years is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But representatives from NASA have actually said that a short time frame is actually good.
Okay.
Because as soon as the time frame blows out,
Yeah.
then there's more like it's more of a political minefield.
Yeah,
so if you can get it done in 5 years, great.
Smash it out.
And we have the science to do it.
Yeah.
They're going to use bigger rockets than ever before. They're going to use new spacecraft to do it.
Yeah.
It's called the Artemis mission using Orion spacecraft, which is
cool.
Very cool. Yeah, and so effectively, if we can use the moon as a slingshot sort of base, it makes traveling to Mars a heck of a lot easier.
Which we've already been looking at doing, right? So, I mean, we already do, and we're already looking at other ways to do. So maybe that's why they can do it in a short period, because it's not like they're trying to make a whole new so much. It's not like a whole new, first time we go to the moon, is this going to work? They already know it works.
Well, the idea is that if you can keep resources on or near the moon using that gateway, then it makes actually getting to Mars a heck of a lot easier.
Cool. Well, that's interesting.
It is very, very interesting, and I'm very, very excited. Another very exciting thing to be excited about is that this is going to be the first Mars moon mission that's going to include a lady astronaut.
Woohoo!
So it's going to be one man, one woman.
Yeah.
Going to be on the moon for the first time.
Cool.
Which is very, very cool.
I like it.
And hopefully it doesn't work out the same way as that previous all-female spacewalk, which didn't work out.
Didn't happen.
Very way to go, NASA.
Yeah, NASA. Friends of the podcast.
Yeah. They are. They listen, don't you, NASA? Send us a message.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
So yeah, that is pretty
That's cool.
Oh, it's also going to have lots of corporate partnerships.
Of course it is.
Yeah. So your Boeings and your SpaceXs and all that sort of stuff.
Okay.
They're actually going to be building the sort of infrastructure that's going to be used in this.
Oh, that's good. They're the kind of corporate ones we want, not like a fast food chain or something.
Sponsored by McDonald's.
Sticking a big M on the moon. M is for moon.
Yeah. Very, very good. The Golden Arches.
Cool.
So,
well, that's awesome.
Cool. That's that. And that's all I've got to say.
That's all I've got to say about that. Yeah, let's move on. What else has been happening in the world?
Well, 6 months ago, you may recall, the RBA, Reserve Bank of Australia, released some new banknotes in particular. Okay, well, they did.
Okay.
A $50 banknote.
I don't deal in 50s.
No. The funny thing is, it's been around since October. I've never seen one. Now, obviously, we affectionately refer to the $50 note as a pineapple.
Pineapple.
Love the pineapple. Love putting a few pineapples in the pokies. No, I don't.
I like to be like, I never have a pineapple.
Yeah.
If I have one, I probably go, ooh, save this.
Wow. So the new ones, apparently, the total value of those is about $2.3 billion with a B dollars.
$2.3 billion worth of new pineapples.
Yep,
happened about 6 months ago.
And I've never seen one. And they've got a spelling mistake on them. They have a spelling mistake.
Someone didn't spell check it.
Someone didn't quite do their job just quietly.
So what happens with them? Do we just keep using them?
We just keep using them. They are still valid. The RBA has said that they are actually still valid. But on the pineapple, there is a picture of Edith Cowan, who was Australia's first female member for Parliament.
Yeah.
And it basically has, I think it's like a speech by her or something that's next to her image, and it has the word responsibility is included in there, but unfortunately, they actually spelled it responsibility.
Oh,
which is incorrect.
Yeah,
which is not ideal, and it actually was repeated twice.
Ooh,
yeah, so they made the same mistake twice. It's like they did a copy and paste job.
Oh,
it's
no.
Good. But the thing is, it's really funny. No one noticed because the speech is in microscopic text.
Yeah.
So you have to have a really powerful,
right?
Well, at least a magnifying glass to be able to see it properly.
So there's probably, even if we had ever had a pineapple in the last 6 months, we
would have no idea, not a clue. And that's why it took 6 months for people to find out.
Now, the question is, are these notes going to be worth lots of money now? Because aren't like weird like coins and that with errors on them and stamps and stuff?
Yeah, people think they're really special.
Yeah.
So yeah, they could be worth a lot of money. So if you get one, hang on to it, because one day it might be worth $55.
How many of these notes were made? Like just a couple? Ooh. Like are they like a real collector's item?
What's 2.3 billion divided by 46 million notes?
Right. Yeah. So not so.
Well, that
Not
means
so special. There's a lot of them.
2 notes for every Australian.
Yeah, right. That's a lot of them.
I wonder if you
So everyone should get 2 pineapples.
Exactly.
They should just print new ones and give the old ones. Just give them out.
Well, just give them to me. I'll look after them.
Everyone gets $100.
But I thought this would be a good reason to talk about why Australian banknotes are amazing.
Yeah, because they are good.
They are amazing.
I'll tell you why they're good.
Why?
They fit in our wallets.
They.
No, that's
very
serious.
true.
Have you ever been to over to the UK?
Yep.
Their notes are super wide and they don't fit into an Australian style wallet. They hang out by like 3 centimeters or something.
It's so
really
annoying.
Yeah.
And the American ones are too long.
Yeah, they're
So
too
you've got to
long.
fold them up weirdly.
See,
what are you doing?
I wonder if they have different shaped wallets in those.
They must
countries.
do, yeah, because it'd be so annoying.
So why are our notes good though?
Okay, so our notes are amazing because they were developed by the CSIRO.
Ooh, science money.
The Science Money, yes. Science Money Society. And basically, they are made out of a polymer, which is a plastic.
Yeah,
Okay.
basically the links of things that link together into a big long chain.
Yeah, it's a chain, yeah. But what that means in a practical sense is that they're very, very, very difficult to tear.
Yes.
And if you've ever held a US note,
They're
or
flimsy.
actually the old UK notes as well,
Yeah.
you can just tear
Rip
them in
them.
half. Yeah.
And-
which is a problem.
Or if you wash them.
Yes, they just into a million pieces, right? The other thing, of course, is that the polymer means that the notes are waterproof.
Yeah. So you can wash them.
You can wash them, and I've
Save
done it
your
many
money.
times. I remember a few years ago, I went to the laundry, came back, like this is a
The
laundromat
money
thing.
laundry.
I haven't been doing laundering of money, no. Well, in this case, I did.
Not on purpose.
Anyway, so I chucked in the laundromat thing, came back like half an hour later, and it's like one of those ones with a big glass window on the front. And I came back, and there's a nice shiny lobster just staring at me.
Lobster.
I'm like, hey!
That's pretty good.
Lobsters at 20.
I know.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's just for the benefit of our listeners.
Yeah.
And our work experience kids.
Do you guys
Lobsters
know
at
the
20s.
names of all the notes?
No.
Oh.
So there's a bit of slang around Australian banknotes.
Yep.
The 5 is a prawn or a flamingo.
Have
And
you heard that one? No. We're questioning our work experience students on their knowledge of money.
But, I mean, I had never heard these
I'd
until
never
a
heard
few
that
years
one
ago. A 10 is a blue heeler or a banjo.
I had also not heard that one.
Okay, I've heard banjo because it's got Banjo Patterson on it. The $20 is a lobster.
That one I have heard.
Yep. 50 is a pineapple.
That one I definitely have heard.
$100, I've never heard one for this, but apparently it's either a Granny Smith or a Kermit.
I haven't heard those.
No. Lobsters and pineapples are,
Yeah,
are
lobsters
really good
and pineapples. Who has? I don't know. Who has a term for 100? Who has 100?
Who's got
in their
hundreds?
wallet?
Yeah. Apparently the $100 notes actually outnumber $5 notes.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't that weird? So it's like, who's got
Who's
them all?
walking around with all these
Who's got
hundreds?
these hundies. All these $100 bills.
It's the teenagers, I reckon.
Is it you?
These
Do
guys
you
have
have
heard of the hundreds.
Yeah.
Am I right? Am I
Just
right?
throwing them up. Bathing in $100 notes. So,
Cool. Well, that's some interesting knowledge for you.
But yeah, so there's a few other interesting things actually about the notes. So first of all, they're made of the polymer.
Yep.
They have a bunch of security features
They
in them
do.
as well.
Like the
So
little window.
there's the window, which is called the top to bottom window. So you'll notice that like there is actually the notes are divided into 2 sections, separated by a clear little window. There's a little 3D image.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like a
There's
hologram.
little hologram thing. There's the flying bird, which when you move it, it flaps its wings.
I don't think I've seen the flying.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah.
I didn't have any cash in my wallet to look at this.
Oh, I got some cash.
Oh,
the wallet's
high
in the
roller.
car. Dang
Aw.
it. That's okay. There's a bird which changes colours.
Cool.
The numbers, like the denomination, the number will reverse direction depending on where you which angle you're looking at it
Some
from.
kind of space money.
Oh my god. And it's called the micro print, which is the text that we've just been talking
Oh,
about. the
yes.
tiny-
Yep. Got the little tiny stories.
And it's got fluorescent ink,
Oh, yes.
which
I
means
knew
it
this.
shines under UV light.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Really cool thing about Canadian banknotes is that you can shine a laser through the maple leaf,
Yeah.
and it will shine a larger maple leaf on a wall. It's
Cool.
really cool. And
That's cool.
I think Australia actually manufactures Canadian money and New Zealand money, if I remember correctly,
That's cool.
because we have the facilities to do it. But any other countries that actually manufacture polymer notes, they have to pay a licensing fee to the CSIRO because
Yeah,
we own
it's
the
our
patent to it. Yeah.
IP. That's cool.
Our
In
IP,
fact, I have got I've got my in-laws. They're in Canada at the moment.
Oh, yeah?
I might see if they'll bring me back
Get
some
them to-
money,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
we can
shine
show
a
the
laser.
reflection. That'd be
Absolutely.
cool.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, I'm going to ask them for. Hey, can you just bring me back some money?
Yeah. Just 100 would be fine. Thanks.
A loony and a toonie. They're coins.
Yeah.
Doesn't work.
Still, I like the lingo.
Yeah.
That was good. I learned an interesting thing as well about Australian money.
What?
Which is that there was a debate in the 1960s about what the Australian dollar should be named. Mm-hmm. And they were thinking it should be called the Royal, which I don't really like.
No.
20 Royals for that, thanks, mate.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, it's weird. But some other good ideas were the Dinkum.
Dinkum.
The Dinkum.
That's going to be 20 Dinkums.
20 Dinkums.
That's pretty good.
That's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or the Boomer.
The Boomer.
Yeah.
I like that too.
My preferred nomenclature for Australian banknotes?
Buckaroos.
Dollary-doos.
Dollary-doos.
$900 dollary-doos.
Buckaroos.
Have you seen that Simpsons episode, guys? Oh my god, you got it. We're going to watch it later. That's true.
Get the
work
projector
experience.
out.
Yep.
Do you know when I was little, my sister used to trade me big money for little money? I don't know if that ever happened to you.
What?
Do you have older siblings?
Younger.
Oh.
So wait.
So, like, I would trade her my 50-cent piece. No, other way around. She'd trade me her 50-cent piece for a $2 coin because the 50 cent
Because
was
it's bigger.
and I thought it was worth more.
Oh my god.
Shout out to my
you
evil
poor thing.
sister if you're listening. I'm on to you, Hari the
I
egg.
wonder if she's still running that scam.
Probably. She probably does it to her son now.
Exactly. Yeah. But where's the son getting the money?
His dad. I don't know.
That's great.
Oh, cool.
So there you go. Australia has
There you
amazing
go.
money. We actually
Yeah.
really do.
Great
And
money.
all other countries' money sucks. So get wrecked, everybody else. That's what I reckon. Except, obviously, it's not amazing because we messed it up.
Yeah.
The RBA.
Except it's got typos.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's cool.
They're gonna start printing correct ones.
Maybe they should start printing them with slang on them.
Yeah. I would love that.
That would be pretty
20
good.
lobsters.
20
Well,
lobsters.
not 20 lobsters, but like a picture of a lobster on it.
20. Yeah.
That'd be great.
Although I feel like the people and the things we have on our notes have more of a historical significance than just like rock lobster.
The big pineapple. Hello.
Anyway,
Yeah.
cool. Thanks. That's good information then,
Yeah.
Mr. Duncan.
No worries, mate. Now, just to wrap us up, I brought to us just a little
Little tidbit,
tidbit of information
little buckaroo.
that I like to call the fact of the week.
Fact of the week. Fact of the week.
Which is, this one's really gross.
Ooh, a gross fact
It's
of
a
the
gross
week.
fact of the week. And the fact of the week is, and this is very difficult for me to say personally, the fact of the week is, men's beards contain more harmful bacteria than dogs' fur.
Gross.
Yep.
I'm looking at Duncan's beard right now in disgust.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They found this out.
Can you guys just grab the sanitizer spray for me? I'm
Yeah,
just going
just
to
rub
give
it on my
Duncan a
face.
bit of a spray now.
So they found this out because they were doing a study about whether it was safe for people to be in MRI machines after dogs had been in there.
Right.
And they were like swabbing people, and they found out that basically men's beards were way dirtier than the dog's fur was.
So you can share an MRI machine with a dog, but not with a bearded man.
Bearded man, exactly. Now,
Yeah, I can't
The thing
stop
is
looking
that,
at your beard.
the thing is, it's actually a very easy issue to solve, and I will reveal my methodology for having a clean beard if everyone would like to listen in.
Shave?
No. Incorrect.
Shampoo?
Yeah, you wash it.
Yeah.
You just wash it in the shower.
Just like your hair on your head.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nice and easy. Just get some of that delicious body soap, even if you're just using body soap or some
Yeah,
shampoo and conditioner, and keep it,
Makes
nice and
sense.
silky smooth, then just lather it in, baby.
Yeah.
Lather.
I mean, if you're going to wash your hair,
you may as well.
you need to wash your beard.
Yeah,
In
exactly.
fact, probably your beard's worse because it's where all food dropping in there and
Hey. No, there isn't.
got a little bit of something.
Flavour
something.
saver. Saving that for later.
Okay, so there you go. That's a public service announcement
Yeah,
for all
if you
our
are out
bearded
there,
listeners.
Yeah, if you're out there with a beard, wash your beard.
Wash your beard.
man.
You're not an animal.
Yeah, you're not a
And if
dog.
you were, you'd be cleaner.
Bazinga.
I've got dog shampoo at home.
Use it on your beard.
I might get my husband to wash his beard with the dog
Does he have a
shampoo.
beard?
Oh, he's got something similar to yours.
Okay. Must
Yeah.
be really handsome then.
Yeah.
Nice one. Well, I think that's everything that we've got for this particular episode of Fizzics TWIST,
I
episode
think so.
29. Should we wrap it up?
Yeah, I think that might be enough for one day.
All right. Well, thanks for listening,
Yeah,
dear
thanks,
listeners.
guys.
Thank you, Peter and Cheyenne. Say
You want to say a little something?
Thank you for listening.
Yeah, nice.
Nothing to add. Okay, well done. And we will be back shortly for episode 30 in a few weeks.
Okay.
Hooray!
See you later, guys.
Bye.
Bye.